Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and welcome to the 8th episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors. If you're unfamiliar with this series, it's just me talking about what has happened in the tech world that is important. And I will have links down below in the more info to everything that I talk about in this video. So first of all, iOS 4.3.3 was released by Apple on Wednesday, May 4th. Now 4.3.3 actually basically addresses location issues and the storing of your specific location. They basically made it so that it only stores a week so that you can turn it off altogether, and supposedly iTunes doesn't back it up anymore. It also brings battery life improvement to the table, as well as a number of bug fixes to iPod Touch users. Now aside from that, the biggest thing that I'm going to be talking about in this video is the jailbreak for iOS 4.3.3. Bionic's exploit actually was not patched in iOS 4.3.3, so you could actually use it right from the start with the older version of Red Snow, and all you had to do was point it at iOS 4.3.2 and then it could jailbreak 4.3.3. However, it was a tethered jailbreak, so early this morning, it was at about 2 a.m. Pacific time, the dev team released the untethered version of Red Snow. So I did do a video on it, and I will have the video down below in the more info, and it is a great tutorial for anybody who is looking to get into jailbreaking. So moving away from jailbreaking, Apple actually did refresh their iMac lineup. So basically it comes with 2 Thunderbolt I/O ports, a quad-core processor, a FaceTime HD camera, as well as an upgraded video card. So the cheapest version starts at $1,199 for a 21.5-inch version, and it goes all the way up to $1,999 for the 27-inch version. And of course you can add in upgrades along the way, and you can basically customize it with different parts that you want if you want, say for instance, a RAM or processor upgrade. Now it also looks like the next iPhone will be 4G. And yes, I am talking about the network speed. So according to people at AT&T, the Verizon iPhone 4 and the Verizon iPad 2 are already technically 4G. Basically, if Apple would allow them to turn on the HSPA part of the Gobi 14.4 chips, then again, they would be 4G compatible. Now, this is basically by AT&T's new standard. Now, they've actually lowered their 4G standard from 21 Mbps to 14.4 Mbps, so that is a significant drop. However, I think I'd still be pretty happy with a 4G iPhone no matter how fast its network speed is, considering 3G can really be a pain sometimes. Now the last thing I want to talk about is Lima. Now Lima is a web-based alternative to Cydia, and I talked about it in my last Best Tech Info and Rumors video, and you can actually just install Cydia packages, also known as deb packages, from this website, and basically you go to it in Safari and then you can download and install packages, and it's actually really interesting considering it can actually respring your device too. Now the dev team for Lima actually released a second preview of it, so you guys should be sure to go check it out, and again I will have a link down below in the more info. So that concludes today's episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors. Again, just be sure to check out the iOS 4.3.3 untethered jailbreak video that will be down below in the more info if you are interested in jailbreaking. So I hope you guys liked this video. Be sure to rate it up, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and also hit that subscribe button if you want to be updated every time I release another episode of Best Tech Info and Rumors, or just to be updated whenever I release another great video. Until next time, this is ICU signing out.